Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Welcome to IELTS with Shayban. There's Waitina group. Third week. Today we are going to start with reading technique again. So please open up page 6. Page 6. And I'm going to make a revision again about the reading techniques. And today the focus is going to be on reading and writing, task 1 and task 2. So the whole day will be the focus to achieve something. Okay, look at this passage. It's called the Chronicle of Timekeeping. So from the word, I don't know what's the meaning of chronicle, but I know what the meaning of what? Timekeeping, and there is this a figure of a clock. So this passage talks about time. Here are the questions. We have paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and we have different types of questions about matching here. So this is an exercise today, how to match the ideas. For example, if you look at the questions 1 to 4, he says, write the correct letters A to H. What is A to H? From paragraph A, B, C, D, F, G, and H. About these, a description of an early timekeeping invention affected by cold temperature. From today, when we deal with the question, we have 3 things. Is the question about main idea? Is the question is about development? Is the question about example? So a description, describing something. Okay, how to make an omelette. Describe the process of making an omelette. Eggs, of course. So what do you do? Describe. Is it main idea or development or just example? Describe development, because this is description. Okay, so an early timekeeping. So here you have to use the headings to talk about the first type or this first kind of timekeeping. Why it is opposite the printing? Why do you have the colored your book? Yeah, but just a minute. But the next page you have the colored one. No. The other, yeah. Why this? What is doing in here? Anyway. Okay, now a description of an early timekeeping. So what do? You start from paragraph A and see, is it description or talking in general? Description, the first, then that's it. And there is a key here. What is the key? Cold temperature. So he's going to talk about something cold. Okay, I'm going today to give you 27 minutes, not yesterday 28. Today we cut 1 minute. So let us see if you can manage this. So you have now 27 minutes. I'm going just to put the click. I'm going to stop the timekeeper. So 27 minutes from now. Some people started before I say start. This is cheating. Okay, now you have 27 minutes. Do your best, guys. Okay, let me just make the share here. Okay, start. Go. Okay, time is up. Time is up. And okay, let us Look at the graph. The passage. From the way I monitored you, you have some issues. Let us talk about them in little bit detail. Okay, you are in the exam and you have these, let's say, sets of questions matching. We rarely have matching. Two questions, they come each one after the other. Rarely, not always. Yes, and then finally you have a diagram question. Most of you started looking around, finding question 1 to question 4, then 5 to 8, and maybe you haven't got the time to finish the last part, right? The easy one. Now, what is your strategy in the exam if you have such a question? By the way, today we are going to deal with what is called main idea development examples. And you have 5, how many? You have 8 questions here from number 1 to number 8, and they are not in order. Why? Because this is matching ideas, matching examples. So in the matching, not necessarily to come in order. The only question out of 5, headings, multiple choices, true, false, not given, summary. All these 4, they come in order except matching. Anyway, what would you do if you have this question in the exam? You start with the easy one, the guaranteed. How many questions in here? 1, 2, 3, 5 marks. So you look at the 5, I want to guarantee 5 marks minimum. And you have in the real test 20 minutes, not 27 as today. So today I'm going to start with the, let's say, easiest part. Then I put my strategy, me and the exam, what to do. I need achievement. So many of you maybe just looked at this one and you didn't answer it. Okay, yeah. So that's why the feedback today is very, very important. Now, this here, if you look at the key, okay, just let me turn off the light. Yes, it's the 70-60. So the key is 70-60. The key, yes, easy, because it's a year. So what do? This is the key. So that's the key. 1760 key. So it is in paragraph D. If you look at paragraph D, yes, no, G, I said D, G, paragraph G. Okay, I said D, not D, no. Okay, so we go for he said pendulum, the first early pendulum. So we have in paragraph G here, the first sentence. It says in the 1617 England. Now, if you look here, he says it was called anchor escapement. Okay, we have a comma here, means explanation, which was a lever-based device shaped like a ship's anchor. So we go to question number. Okay, I'll tell you. So if you look at the diagram, it says, yes. So he says escapement, resembling. It means It means it was called the anchor escapement. The anchor escapement, which was lever-based device shaped like a ship's anchor. So number 9 is ship's anchor. Okay, if you wrote ships, just a minute, ships anchor. I need anchor. This is the key, anchor. Ship's anchor is because he said what? No more than what? No more than 2 words. So ship's anchor is okay. Okay. Anchor is okay. I need the key. Okay, we finished. Then we have this device in here. So we have this device in here. So he's going to describe it. Okay, ship's anchor. Yes, the device shaped like ship's anchor. The motion of a pendulum rocks this device so that it catches and then releases each tooth of the escape wheel. Tooth of the escape wheel. So tooth is 11 of the escape wheel. Tooth of the هذا هو عبارة عن of the tooth of the. Okay, let me just write it in here. طبعا of course you don't write of the tooth اللي هي of the. We don't write it, but just to tell you of the escape wheel. In turn, allowing it to turn a precise amount, unlike the original form used by early pendulum clocks. The anchor escapement permitted the pendulum to travel in a very small arc. Moreover, this invention allowed to use a long pendulum. So this is what here. Yes, you can say pendulum or long pendulum. So I want pendulum. Okay, or you can say just long pendulum. Pendulum, which could beat once a second, which beats each. This is a key. Which could beat once a second, beats each second. In this way, in just 5-6 minutes, you can finish five answers because it's a diagram. There is no chance to miss. Anyway, good. Let's say 10 minutes. We finished it in 10 minutes, but I guarantee 5 correct answers. Then I move to the second question, which I feel this is suitable for me. Okay? Now, if you go to the next one here, we have the question here about Babylonians, Egyptians, Greek, English, German, French. So this is again matching list of nationalities. These, yeah, yes, they don't actually. But what's the technique here? We use here the headings technique. How? The headings technique. How? By exclusion, بالاستبعاد. So number 1, these come in order here. They come in order. They come in order in the passage. They come in order. The first Babylonians, then Egyptians, then Greeks, then English, Germans, and finally French. Okay, so what do we do? Answering by exclusion. You take the Babylonians first. Where are they? You go, and I think second, first or second paragraphs. Okay, let's find the Babylonians. When you find the Babylonians, then you come here like the headings technique. You read 5, then 6, then 7, then 8. Then you make a tick about Babylonians. Then Egyptians. You read about Egyptians. What did they do? Then you come here and you tick and you finish the story. There are extra 2, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so extra 2 here. Extra 2, yes, extra 2, like headings. يعني راح تقرأ على شعوب مش حتلقى لها توصيفة هنا. That's it. Okay, guys. Now, let us do it, me and you. Babylonians. Go to paragraph in the beginning. So because they come in order, so Babylonians, Babylonians, Babylonians. What does it say? Babylonians began to measure time, introduce calendar to coordinate communal activities, to plan the shipment of goods, and in particular, to regulate planting and harvesting. Let us see. So, regulate activities, communal activities to plan the shipment of goods, and in particular to regulate planting and harvesting. Okay, so we go to the headings. نعتبرها headings. They are not headings, of course, but so they use it to what? نقراها مرة ثالثة. Began to coordinate communal activities to plan the shipment of goods, comma, in particular to regulate planting and harvesting. Okay, now we go to the sentences. They devised civil in which months were equal? No. They divided the day into 2 equal halves. Did he talk about equal halves? No. They developed a new cabinet shape for type. No. They created a calendar to organize public events and work. Yes. Then number 5 is what? A. Sorry, my mistake. Inshallah حنغلط هذا الغلط في الامتحان, the stupid mistake. So number 8 is A. Now we do the same for Egyptians. Egyptians, paragraph, the next one. كملنا, we finished with Babylonians. Now Egyptians. It took us maybe two minutes. Before Roman Empire, no. Egyptians, paragraph C, had formulated a municipal calendar having 12 months of 30 days, with 5 days added to approximate the solar year. Okay, so they devised a municipal calendar having 12 months of 30 days, with 5 days added to approximate the solar year. So they decided 12 months, 30 days, and plus 5 days. Let us check. They, number 5. So this is, we said, 8 is B. 8 is A, sorry. Okay, they devised civil calendar in which months were equal in length. Yes, خلاص. Yes, 30 days. 12 months, 30 days. خلاص, إذن هذه B. As easy as you can see. Finished. We finished Babylonians, we finished Egyptians. Greeks. Greeks. Find the Greeks quickly. Now you should be faster. So we finished it. Okay, so we finished in C. Then where is it? Just a minute, I'm reading. According these periods, Egyptians. Okay. Invental, dozen, these periods, those varied according chasing summer. Greeks, same paragraph, Greeks. Temporal hours which were first adopted by the Greeks and then the Romans. Do you think we have a question here? Because he says Greeks, then the Romans, who disseminated them through Europe, remained in use for blah, blah, blah. The matching is clear. It is about one country. Anyway, let us check, because he said then the Romans. لو كان في السؤال يحب يعطي حاجة صح يقول Greeks and Romans to match, but he said Greeks then Romans. Anyway, نشك. لكن لازم we have to see is to believe. Okay, we finished number. They created 8 and they devised 8. Okay, they divided the day into two equal halves. The day, no. They developed a new cabinet, no. Even nothing about the Greeks. Okay, English. The English. English, we finished the Greek in paragraph C. Let's go to English. English, paragraph D. Paragraph D. Yes. The sundial, la la la, D. Okay, in which paragraph? Okay, you are faster than me. Okay, English. The English here. Where is it? In England. So the earliest recorded weight-driven mechanical built in Bedfordshire. The revolutionary aspect of this new timekeeper was neither descending weight, provided motive force, gear wheels would be round at least, blah, blah, blah. To power was part called escapement in the early invention called spring. تفاصيل هذه for the gear wheels timekeeper of its shipping by the pendulum clock had been devised. That the pendulum was a large arc, and that's what not very efficient. So here he said, talking about what they developed a new cabin shape for a type of timekeeper. Cabinet shape. Okay, and now we have another paragraph talks about the England. Paragraph G. Here, G, they talk about cabinet shape. Cabinet shape. You know cabinet, دولاب, cabinet shape. Here he said an arc, لكن أنا مش متأكد. A large arc, يعني قوس كبير, and that's not very efficient. لحظة بس, هذا احنا قبل شوية جاوبنا هذه. Pendulum, unlike used escapement. Moreover, this invention allowed to use a long pendulum which could beat once a second. Led to the development of a new floor standing case design. Floor standing case design. Cabinets. Even the English هتكون floor standing. They developed a new cabinet shape for a type. Then number 7, question 7. So we said divide calendar which months had the Egyptians. B. وقلنا D اللي هي منو؟ اللي 8 اللي هي A. Then they developed a cabinet. They divided the day into 2 equal halves. فتناها هذه. Why is that? Anyway, okay, the English 7. So the English is D 7. They divided the day into 2 equal halves. The Greeks قلنا no. والإنجليش finished Babylonian. قاعد عندي Germans والفرنش. Okay. So Germans تقريبا مرت عليه قبل شوية Germans. Yes, Germany. لحظة بس خلينا نشوف لأنه فيها أكثر من كلمة جت هنا. So we have in Germany at midnight, where these were supplied by the small clock or French hours. Yes, هذه هي. إذا German at midnight. إذا هنا nothing used for some large public clocks in Germany at midnight. Eventually, these were suppressed by small clock or French hours, which split the day into 2 hour periods. Yes, so this is what. Then the French, الإجابة number 6. Okay, we are on the right track. So F is question. So مرة ثانية الإجابة. Number, they divided civil calendar were equal. No, احنا قلنا ال Babylonians اللي هم. So نبدأ الإجابة نكتب نقول B, then F, then D, finally A. This is the technique. So I guarantee 2 questions in 20 minutes, 10 marks out of 13, better than nothing. So don't waste your time going to the difficult. Why? Because question 1 is the most difficult one. He says description affected by cold temperatures. Did you find this one? And a description. Description means after the main idea. So we start from paragraph A. Description, cold temperatures. So I don't think طبعا when you develop skills, we don't have this question in A or B for sure. Why? Because A and B, they talk about historical background. The question here, number 1, an early invention affected by cold temperatures. So if you look at paragraph A, it talks about 5,000 years ago. There is no time or space to talk about particular timekeeping. General. Okay, then the Babylonians. Again, what is the Babylonians? Do we have a particular time keeping? No. A calendar to calculate, he said, events, harvesting, where is it? مرت علي كلمة harvesting and وينها؟ harvesting قبل شوي كانت قبل شوي علينا Babylonians. Okay, for communal activities. So nothing is about what kind of a clock. يبدي التفاصيل وين تبدأ؟ من paragraph C, floating, water, استخدام كذا. فتبدأ هنا في the details, the design, ثم to the more specific تصل إلى البندوليوم اللي هي paragraph G. ثم finally today. What is today? السلام الله وبركاته. No, I know it's now. Yeah, today means now. Yes, but it is about the conclusion. Okay. Okay, just a minute. Okay, sorry for this. Yes, I'm not recording this, by the way. Okay, now he says description. So description. So what do you do? What's your strategy? From paragraph C and more. A, B, not details. You have to feel like this. Anything about, he said, denial, flooding, then sundial, darkness, each equal day. So this is not a description. Okay, temporal hours, winter short, so nothing here actually. In order to track temporal hour during the day, inventors created sundials which, yes, indicate time by the length. For example, the sundial in D. The sundial's counterpart, the water clock. Now he is what? Going to describe the water clock. By, where is it? Clock was designed to measure temporal hours, one the first water clock bubble basin. With it. So this is a description. This is a description. In detail, what was a water basin? Okay, to measure what with small hole near bottom, the falling water. So this is what? Description. Although these devices perform satisfactorily around the Mediterranean, they could not always be dependent on the cloudy and often freezing weather. So this is what? Cold temperatures. So this is the key. Anyway, maybe you don't catch it, but I have to show it to you, guys. Freezing water is what? He said these hours work, these clocks work in Mediterranean. Mediterranean, we don't have freezing weather. We don't have freezing weather. But in freezing weather, it is this water clock doesn't work. So if you go to Ireland or Norway or Denmark, they don't work, especially in the winter. The water will freeze. Okay, so number one is D. Good. Number two, an explanation of the importance of geography in the development of the calendar in farming communities. What kind of question is this? Development, farming communities should be the beginning. It should be either A, B. Why? It's about the idea in general. Farming communities. Okay, anyway, so A, anything about farming, began measuring. Where is it? Explanation of the importance of geography. I need geography. For plants, shipment. Okay, shipment of goods, planting, harvesting. Okay, so nothing, geography. Darkness as the earth rotates, excess lunar month, following phases of moon. Okay, nothing about the. Okay, B, before the invention, the moon had a greater social impact, and of those, okay. Now, for those living near the equator, اللي هو equator اللي هو خط الاستواء. In particular, its waxing and waning was more conspicuous than the passing of the seasons here. And then the calendars that were developed at the lower latitudes. Okay, latitudes اللي هي خطوط العرض. Okay, so latitudes. So equator, latitudes. So this is what? Geography. Okay, أنا ندور الكلمة الأقل نادرة. يعني كلمة geography, it's not about social events. Social events is very, very common word, but geography هذه هي الكي اللي لا تتكرر في مكان ثاني. So he says equator and latitudes. Maybe you don't know the meanings of the two words, but I'm lucky because I know the names of these issues anyway. Equator, yes, خط الاستواء. خط الاستواء equator اللي هو منتصف الكرة الأرضية. Equator. Yes. Farming, agriculture, yes. Good. 3, a description of the origins of the pendulum clock. We have talked, جاوبنا احنا في الاسكيبمنت ويل وكذا وين أخذنا في الجي. اوكي، ماذا تقول الجي؟ نرجع للجي. To address this. شنو هذه this؟ هذه حنجي ناخذها في التاسك 2 writing. reference word. Yes to F. هذه هنقول عليها reference word. كلمة إشارة. إشارة لما قبلها. reference word. We go one step back. So he says pendulum in England. Even the description of pendulum in England. To address this حتى حترجع إلى سؤالك الأول اللي ممكن إحنا قلنا التكنيك نبدأ به because it's the easiest. F without thinking. For sure F is the, yes, let's see it. The earliest record. خلاص هذه هي. The earliest recorded weight-driven mechanical clock was built in 1283 in Bedfordshire. طبعا هذه this is wrong. The earliest is given by the Caliph Mamun, yes, to Charlemagne اللي هو king of Europe, Malik Charlemagne. That was the earliest clock. It was a gift. يلا معلش التاريخ يكتب الأقوى أو الأقوى يكتب التاريخ. Anyway, so the earliest. So question 3, description of the origins of the pendulum clock. The earliest of the mechanical clock was built Bedfordshire. Then we have the details here, the details. Okay, finally, details of the simultaneous efforts of different societies. Different societies. مرت علينا قبل شوي. اللي هي different societies. مرت علينا. Greek, Italians, French, German اللي هي مرت عليها قبل في مكان ما. in paragraph. لحظة مرت عليها قبل شوية. Germany هذه هي. هذه German. Where is it? Italian, French. Then A. Question 4. Now, your strategy is to follow the E. When you have something like this. Okay, if we have headings, we start with headings. True, false, not given. We follow the procedure. But if I have 2 matching questions, what to do? Go to the easiest part because I want achievement. If you finish the 20 minutes and you achieve 7 to 8, correct, you are really good. Okay, anyway, that was a very good feedback. I think you took the advantage of this. And we will do it again every day till the end of the course. How about that? But tomorrow we'll have 26 minutes. Then, yes, to find a way. To find a way. Okay, now let's have a break now. A break, and we have a second round today for writing, a very important class about grammar, concessional, refuting techniques, and task 1, writing, inshallah. Have a break now. Okay, now let's make a revision of what we have already taken last time. We said the process or the cycle. You have to show stages. So we have show stages. You have to show the stages. So this is the start, middle, end. So here we have this cycle going in one direction. So you have to show stages. Also, you have to show topic development. We said topic development is to show purposes or results. For example, the animal or the tadpole here develops a tail. We say what? To swim. So here when you say to swim or to enable the animal to move in the water, this is topic development, either by showing purpose or result. So here the result of having, we say the 4 limbs. We said 4 limbs. Just we say in order to move on land. Anyway, this is just showing, and we said also we have to use passive voice. Passive voice. One point I didn't say yesterday is about word formation. Word formation. What does it mean, word formation? Word formation, when you have a word like mating. So you don't say getting married here. They are animals anyway. So you take the same vocabulary and you change it. What do you say? To mate. Okay. Mature, you can say maturity. Okay. Develops, you can say developing or development. Why? Emerges, you can say emerging, to emerge. So the same word, and you what? You just make it production, producing, to produce, generate, generating, generation, to generate. So the same word, and you change it, and this is band 7 and more. Why? Because you are making a new word, not copy paste. Okay. Now, today we start with one exercise, then you have your homework. Look at this graph here, the diagram below. Show the stages and equipment used in the cement making process. Okay? Yes. Again, you can say concrete and cement. So again, what do you do here? We rephrase the question. So rephrase it. So we say the what? The figure or the figures. Yes, present the processes of, come on, it's easy, cement and, or the production of both of cement and concrete. And that's it. We don't have too many details in here. Now, after that, give the general overview. overview. One of the funny things, significant things about Libya is all the people here, they know about the building. All the people. Whenever you ask even a child about building techniques, they know. So this is part of daily life. So I was surprised. Do they work? All of them? No. You have a knowledge either in the house or you have seen someone. So this is good. So you'll be lucky if you have this question in your exam. Okay. General overview. We said it's the summary plus we say a specific or a special point, specific point or a special point. What's the summary here? If you look at the diagram in front of you, cement production, look at the, yes, we said general overview. It's about time, size, place. So big changes, small changes. What about the cement and concrete production? Come on, guys, from first sight, you can see the difference. It's
the cement and how to use it.
Okay, is that a general overview? No, sorry. Yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it goes, we say, 5 stages. But in the concrete, it's just what? Not one, no. It is mixing and rotating. Okay, or mixing with a mixer. So you mix first, then if you don't know the word rotation, rotate, you don't know it, so you can say mixing, okay, or a mixer, or mixing it in a mixer. Anyway, so here 2 stages. Okay, do we have other differences? Okay, you can say that shows both of cement and concrete production. It can be seen that the cement production takes more stages. Okay, good. So here you can say water is used while the other one, heat is used. Anyway, just select something. It's not necessary to be the most accurate one, but show the examiner, I know how to choose. That's it. Good. Now, I want you, before we go to the model answer, give me 1 or 2. We say topic development. And by topic development, I mean purpose or result. Where can you see a purpose? Where can you see a result? Easy. Okay, in the cement, we have a crusher. Crusher. For what? In order to, as a result, we have what? Powder. That's it. So you say it. So we say limestone and clay are crushed together to make them a fine powder. In order to what? In order to be mixed, in order to put them in them. That's it. So you use the crushing to make powder in order to mix them. So 2 developments in 1 sentence. Okay. How about another development in the cement production? Maybe heat is difficult. Why heat?
Get of humidity.
Yes, that's it. So to get rid of humidity, to get rid of extra water. Anyway, if you don't, to extract water. Okay. Yes. Anyway, if you don't know this, you can look at the grinder here. So after the heat process, the cement, yes, will be resulted, we say, in rough particles. So it is grinder. So change it to a verb. Passive voice is going to be what? Grinded. Will be grinded. So grinder, you can change it to will be grinded. Okay. Or is going to be grinded. Okay. Yes. What's the difference between a crusher and a grind? Okay. To make, we say the flour, the wheat or barley flour. Women, they use this. What do you call it? A crusher or a grinder when they put by hand? Yeah. Are you sure? Grinder. Yes, but crusher is you just crush them, but they are still rough. But grinder means to make a very fine powder, very soft, very good. Anyway, yes, there is a very famous poem about the industrialization, a very famous by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, شاعرة في القرن الثامن عشر تاسع عشر. Her name is Elizabeth Barrett Browning, and she talks about the civilization كالحضارة يعني في ذاك الوقت as the machine of the civilization grinds the hearts of children, because children, they used to work in mines. كانت معروفة كحقيقة علمية انه they used little children 6 to 8 to work in coal mines في مناجم الله. Yes, and when there is a release of methane gas, they used to have canary birds. I don't know if you know this. So the miners, المناجم كانوا, they used to take canary birds in the mine. If there is a release of methane gas, the little bird dies because it's a bird. So when they see the bird dies, they run away. And birds used to die with children. No one escaped them. So yeah, children, because they move between they bring them water, and they are children, 6 years old, 7 years old. So that's why she wrote اسمها القصيدة The Cry of Children. اسمها yeah, anyway, ذكرتني بكلمة grinding. هذه المكنة اللي هي اسمها التطور. Okay, or الثورة الصناعية is grinding the hearts of children. Anyway, why I'm talking about this? Anyway, because yeah. Anyway, this was I studied this, I think 35, 37 years ago. I'm still remembering. Anyway, alhamdulillah. But okay, now this one here, our model answer is band 6. So we are going to look at it first. We see why it is band 6 and how to develop it to band 7 and more. First, this is a 6. Okay, but here, if you want to reach, we say this answer, present the information, the 2 diagrams appropriately. By the way, why I'm choosing this one? Because this is more or less your level. So how to develop your level from 6 to 7 and more. you are looking at your answers here. Now, this answer presents the information in the two diagrams appropriately. The main differences, so they are differences, comparisons, are identified in a clear summary, but other important features could be described more fully. What does he mean? Topic development, show purpose and result. So if this guy described more fully to give me maybe one extra development, that means one purpose, one result, we can reach even band 8, which is, of course, a very good mark anyway. So if you give more development, the task achievement will reach band 8 or 9, coherence, cohesion, 8 or 9. So we will have minimum band 7, because I'm not talking about the grammar vocabulary here. The grammar vocabulary is band 6, but task achievement, al-injaz. Now let's read it here. Read it, guys. And I want you, each one of you, to look at a sentence, one sentence, you say, I can add here. I can develop this one. And that's it. This is your job, okay? Read it, please. Then after you finish, I'll take your answers. Then we can, yes, develop it. Okay, now, and by the way, while you're reading, can you show me also where is the general overview? Where the general overview is? Okay. Okay. Give me suggestions. Paragraph? Which one, Zedan? Fourth paragraph? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. What is this? Okay, just a minute. Let's put numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So where do you think you can change or put change? No, I don't. I'm not asking Zedan to put them together. I ask. And okay. Before we start, where is the general overview? You think 4? That's good. So this is the general. Anyway, as you said, but not a big deal. So we can say 4 and 5. They are the general overview. You can put them together. Okay. Okay. This is, we say, good concerning paragraphing. I need development. You can have 1 or 2, by the way. Where, Haytham? Paragraph 2, where? So the first limestone passed through crusher, okay, then the powder goes into a mixer. Yes, a heater, okay, which works with heat in order to what? Yes, to get rid of humidity. Or to get rid of water, or to extra water, or to extract water, anyway, or to make it drier. So you can just add something. Is there another one? Grinder. Yes, where the cement comes out, what? In fine particles. Okay, in fine means very small, fine particles, or to make it easier to be mixed. Anyway, just give a development. So here, how about the concrete production? Can you add something here? In paragraph number 3, referring to the concrete production, the process begins with a combination of 15% cement, 10% water, 25 and sand, 50% gravel. The 4 elements introduced into a concrete mix. Why? Rotating to what? To be mixed what? When you rotate them, what happens to them? To mix them well, to be mixed well, or to be mixed evenly. Evenly means all together. يعني بالتساوي. So yes, yeah. To make it to make it concrete. So mixing is a very important thing here. That's it. So in order to get rid of moist, you can say water, humidity, or moist. By the way, humidity, moist, they are part of your work anyway. I think you use them, these issues, moist, water, heater, extraction. I think, anyway, part of the processes of oil production. Anyway, so this little changes can lift this up to easily band 7.58. And if you think band 8 or 9, they are big deal, no, they aren't. They are just follow the procedure and that's it. Okay, now, can we say after we finish concrete is one of the best materials in building. Can we say that? Yes. So here, please don't forget. متعودين طلبتنا بعض الطلبة على الأشياء الإنشائية. And concrete is the most, we say, the cheapest and was the best. But unfortunately, nowadays, it's used wrongly, and that's what happened in Turkey because of the earthquake. What is this doing in here? Yes, you are laughing. Now, what is it? When I tell a joke about this, you never forget it. So no extra personal data. If you do this, you don't take band 6, even 4.5. Yes, because non-academic. Okay, now your homework. Any questions?
Can I use?
A comparison, he said here. Okay, because he said it takes here. I think he said the comparison here. Difference between both the concrete mixer, and here he said fewer steps. So he gave us 2 comparisons. Okay, thank you, Muhammad, for reminding me. So here we say 2 comparisons. You remember the bar chart when we talked about, okay, 2 comparisons in here about the usage of, if you remember the one we talked about, this one here, this one here, how many comparisons? Too many. And the other one about the oil, the consumption of, where is it here? This one here. The comparison between unleaded petrol and diesel, we had in the model answer 7 or 8, I think, from number 0. So 7 comparisons in here. 7. Why 7? Because the graph has too many comparisons, so I need more than 2. But the other one here about the process, if you look at the process here, maybe you give me 1 or 2 maximally. Here again 1 or 2. ولهذا تصبح عبارة and make هذه اللي قلنا عليها comparisons where relevant, where there is relevance, لها علاقة, where relevant. Don't over compare or no comparisons. In the middle, I have too many, 4 to 5 will be okay. Quite few, 1, 2 maximally, but show comparisons. Okay, the last thing before we go to task 2, this is your homework. If you look at this diagram, there is no language here. Of course, we don't have this in the real test. This is just a training thing. So this is the recycling of the glass from what? Step 1 from, if you look, it's a supermarket. So from supermarket to the trash bin, then the trucks, then into the factory, they are crushed, then fire, then bottles, then juice, then finally the supermarket again. You see the process here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stages. Your homework is this page, page 129, everybody. 129. The pencil. Some people, they say the pencil factory. Yeah, but if you even say, give me the pencil, still we have meaning, right? For example, Irish pronunciation, you know, rubber for racing. In some of the Irish, they say ruber. Give me the ruber. Uruba. What's a rubber? Well, anyway, this is kind of dialect. Now, the process here, the diagram, okay, I want to tell you something. What would happen here in this question? This question here. If you forget and you didn't paraphrase it, sorry, you didn't rephrase it. You just copy paste the same. The diagram shows the production of a lead pencil. What happens? What happens? We said if you copy paste, the examiner is going to cut the number of words from you, penalty. But here, the diagram, of course, no below. So we say shows the production of a lead pencil. You forgot and you didn't rephrase it. What would happen? Guys, if the examiner is going to cut, wallahi, I wouldn't have asked you. I never ask silly questions. You have to know now. You should know this now. Nothing happens to you. Nothing. Why nothing? Because look at the number of words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. It's nothing. But if the number is 20, 25, 26, it is something. But here, the figure presents the production of lead pencil. So the production of lead. Do we have another word for pencils? So you don't say pencil. So pencil's a pencil. Okay. And yes, so that's a pencil or lead pencil. And no lead, of course, but it is a common mistake. You know that, right? No lead, no lead. لا يوجد رصاص هنا. No lead, actually. It's graphite. Okay, the graphite is part of kind of, carbon. So no lead in here, nothing. But we call it lead pencil. Okay, this is your homework. But before we start the homework, could you just now, think of an overview? Again, the general overview talks about, we say, changes in what? Okay, size, time, and place. Okay, do you have anything about size in here? Okay. Well, anyway, trees, if you consider them changing in size, but there is more important things. Time, maybe, and place. Because what happens in here? So before you start writing, you have to check what you have. Do I have changes in a place? Okay, so then you can mention it. Time, we have 14 years out, inside 60 days. Okay, so time, place, so that's it. Now, after you finish the general overview, you have to think about development. By the way, you do this with your pencil like that, pencil. Okay, so you think about development. You take your pencil in the exam, because it's paper in front of you, and you put a circle. This is development. This is purpose. Why? While you are writing, you finish it. Can you now just look quickly and show me, let's say, 2. Result or development or result. In the exam, you have it black and white, of course. We don't have colored here. But anyway, this is a training course. Yes, any ideas? Okay. Come on, guys, this is not yes, you say slates, right? Okay. So why slates? Can you develop this? Or cut here, or heat here, or glue, whatever. Anyway, just one or two, show me the purpose of this, result of this. Is that difficult? Okay, it's a homework anyway. Yes, you have, yes, today you have 30 minutes to finish this. Yes, because tomorrow, after tomorrow, we're going to cut it down to 20 minutes. Next week, inshallah, when we, like today, we have to reach that 20 minutes time slot for because it's mechanical thing. We don't need to think. So this is a process. Yes, make select, make comparisons, show developments. Okay, and that's it. End of the story. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer sheets. Let's take one. This one. Okay, any questions? I want to remind you, this is a very important reminder. Processes or process questions, they become now a trend. The processes or the process questions, cycles, whatever, they are becoming a trend now in the exams. A trend means they come quite often. In the past, we rarely had them, rarely. But now, maybe every 2-3 exams, you have a process. Okay, so that's a witness, we say. The process about what? Pencil. Okay, you see, maybe you're lucky next time, who knows? Okay. Okay, guys. Yes, anyway. And by the way, we are just following the techniques. Do this, do that, do this, do that. At the end, IELTS is just like anything else, no big deal. Like for me, making a cake is completely difficult task, but maybe for Huwaida, Hunaida, Hana, okay, for you guys, maybe it's you, we say you do it eye blinded, maybe, right? So it's a technique. This is like this. Okay. Any questions? No questions. Okay, going to, still we have this type, inshallah. I can finish this in 20, 25 minutes. The last type of task one, mission accomplished. We finished the business. Okay, task two. Today I want to be rather slow to talk about concessional statements. Yesterday, we started a very, very important part of, we say, topic development. Revision for yesterday, we said in IELTS, where is my pen? In IELTS, there are 3 types of what? 3 types of position or opinions. The first one, you say personal. In my view, I believe, I think, it is my point of view. So you talk about yourself. And when you talk about yourself, finish the idea. I think giving, let's say, too much money to children wouldn't be a good idea. This, I mean, they should take, let's say, limited amount of money, and they should also know how to spend it carefully and the value of money. Giving them too much money would maybe spoil them, or even they buy bad things. So here I'm talking about my own view. Some people think the same point. Some people think that giving big or high, we say, what's the word? Allowance or daily allowance to children wouldn't be a good idea. This would encourage them to spend the money without thinking and might lead to spoil them in the future. So this is some people. I finish with the idea. Then when I say some people, I have to say, I agree with this. I completely agree with this. Number 3, the most general view. Okay, many parents, or the majority of parents around the world, they believe their children should study more than one language at school. This would enable them to what? To have, let's say, a successful life, more experience about these languages in the future. And this would make their life even easier. This is what generally believe. I believe so. I think this is a good idea. So again, your opinion should be clear, whether it is personal, clear. Some people, then you say your opinion, generally believe, then you. So your position is the most important one, but should be clear. Also, yesterday we said there are 2 types of presenting an opinion. Of course, if I say I agree or disagree, this is what? Opinion. I completely agree, finished. I completely disagree, finished. But sometimes we said we need balance in the middle. This is called concessional وترجمته قلنا ترجمة ما أعرف هل هي خطأ لكن كترجمة for me it's called التنازل no تنازل here. Concessional means to give the other view then your view. Yes, they are opposite. I said although Ali likes coffee, I like tea. So yes, Ali is opposite to me, but I'm not saying Ali is bad. I'm not saying I am better than Ali. No, no. Okay, guys, this is concessional. And we said concessional, it's an excellent technique for balanced arguments. يعني مثلا, if I say, although traveling to another country to learn a foreign language would be sensible, although traveling to another language, to another country to learn a foreign language would be sensible, comma, I think these languages can be learned in the person's country. Yes, it's a good idea to travel to another country to get the language, but it is also good to learn it in your country. So I'm not saying traveling is bad or here is better. That is a view and this is a view. How to make concessional statements? We said here, we have these tools in here. I would argue that, in my view, it seems to me that, I tend to think that. So this is what, this is for general view, and then to show the view, and for concessional, sorry, I said for view, we have to use the contrast, sorry, for this slip. To show concessional, you have to use the contrast phrases, عبارات الضد أو عبارات العكس. So you have to have while, although, despite the fact, even though, it could be argued that, admittedly, certainly, it may be true. Also, so for example, we took an example here. If you still remember it, I want you to copy paste this example in your minds to make it as a reference, marja, when you want to make a concessional statement. So here, although some people would like to have a lot of children, concession, that means this is the other view. Okay. The cost of raising them has to be considered first, the writer's view. What is the other view? Yeah, some people would like to have a lot of children, although despite the fact many people like to have a lot of children, yes, it's okay. And the cost of raising them has to be considered first. Anyway, okay. After we finished the concessional, of course, we took also from a grammar book, an extra book. I'll put the book, inshallah, today. I forgot to put it on the group. Maybe in the break now, I'll put the whole book, grammar book, on your group to have a look at it. Then we have now, before we finish, how to develop, we say, a fully developed sentence. A fully developed concessional sentence. Do you think TV might be a good source for teaching children? Do you think television might be, could be, would be a good source for teaching children? Okay, if you say yes, look at the answer here, guys. Look at how he develops. Now I'm going to put colors in here and look what are the 3 stages of developing this view. It seems to me that TV has few benefits for children. This is what? This is the main idea. Idea or opinion. What is position? What is his opinion? That television has few benefits. So this is a statement. What do you mean by this? Development. While I agree that there are some good education programs, far too much advertising is targeted at children. So this is a concessional sentence describing my view. TV is good. This is very general. Why? It is good. Although I agree, that there are some good educational programs, far too much advertising is targeted at children. Okay, so this is what's called development. Okay, when the advertisements, they target the children. The advertisements, they target young people. The advertisements, they target the housewives. The advertisements, they target certain group of people. What do we call it? We say children oriented. Yes, so we say women-oriented advertisements, only for women. Okay, young people-oriented movies and advertisements, so only they target the young orientation or oriented. So this is called children-oriented, women-oriented, men-oriented. Okay, teenagers-oriented. So this is very nice one. Then position. I think TV has good benefits or some few benefits. What do you mean by this? Explanation. While I admit, now to give his position clearly, while I agree that there are some good education programs, far too much advertising is targeted at children. Okay, what do you mean by this? What is the meaning of far too much advertising is targeted? Why this is an issue? To finish the idea, you have to develop it fully. We say this encourages them to want expensive goods that their parents may not be able to offer to buy. What do you call this? Supporting examples. Okay. So number one, main idea. Number two, development, explanation. Three, examples. What do you mean by too much advertising is targeting them? Yes, as a result, children would want things, watch about things, expensive things. Their parents might not be able to buy them. Or they want maybe things which are even maybe dangerous. For example, if we talk about some products, not here in our countries, but let's say an advertisement about smoking or cigarettes or alcohol, not in our country. So a child looks at the TV, he or she look at people, they are very happy doing these things. So what would they do? Maybe the mom is off, the mom is away, or the dad is not there. So what do? What they watch, they do it. So anyway, so things happen. Anyway, this is a fully developed idea. This is a band 9. This is the unit, the minimum unit of an idea. هذه هي أصغر وحدة معرفية في الكتابة الأكاديمية. So from this unit, this is called a block. هذه block في البناء. To build a wall, you need bricks. So this is a complete brick. Okay, so you have we have the water, we have the cement, we have the concrete, we have the shape, everything. At the end, we have a complete block. This is a writing block. This is my job with you from today, inshallah, to the end of the course to develop these bricks. Now, any questions about concessional? This is a concessional statement. What is concessional? Balanced. TV is good, but there are some action movies. Okay. Playing outside would be a good idea for children, but sometimes they got injured or there are some bullying. Yani, okay, studying online is a good idea, but no activities. يعني هكذا وهكذا. Okay, good. Yes, that's it. It's an academic view. You have to mention the other view. Yes, you have to. It's a must. It is a must. Okay. حننتقل الآن إلى the most powerful way of showing an opinion. This is called refuting an argument. Refuting means is to stand 100% against. Look at the definition. شوفوا التعريف. This is a forceful way of expressing a view. A very strong way to show your position. Here, refuting بالمعنى الدحض, النقض, النهي, النفي, whatever. You can call it whatever you like. Anyway, this is 100% against. So refuting, change the color. Argument, that means 100% against. So if you think, for example, if you say, do you think young people or 15-year-old children can have a driving license? Okay, some parents, they may say yes, maybe, but for me, so here, I'm not in the middle if they know how to drive. No. Here I am against. So here we say, I am unconvinced that. Look here, not although, not though, fil concessional. No. Here, strong. I don't believe that. Some people find it hard to accept that. It is doubtful whether. There is little evidence to support the view that. It is unjustifiable to say that children of age 15 can have a driving license. So here, I am what? Against. Okay, this here refuting, yes, we use it in opinion essays. What is opinion? When you agree about something and you disagree about something. Okay, for example, I don't believe that children can get married without the permission of their parents when this would lead to a disaster. ضد زواج الطفل بدون رأي أهله. Okay, anyway, I'm against here, 100%. Now, we have a question, then we have an example, then from the example, we have example 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think they are 8, to develop an opinion. A common question, you know this guy, Zidane. Now, question, do you think famous footballers, famous people, famous actors or actresses should have very high salaries? Do you think famous people, actors, actresses should have very high salaries? Yes, here look at the question. Refuting. He says, I don't believe that what? I don't believe that footballers should be paid such high salaries. This is what? The opinion. Position. Okay, position here. So this is his opinion. Why? Why? Now the reasoning. When they are just doing a job like everyone else. So here, reasoning. Or explaining the position. So refuting an argument is not enough. يعني لازم تفهموا. You have to. I don't think traveling, let's say, traveling to South America would be a good idea. I don't think traveling to South Africa would be a good idea. And you stop talking. This is unclear. You have to say when there is too much violence, especially in big cities like Johannesburg. So here I am developing the idea with example. Okay. I don't think children should work with adults without direct supervision when they might get abused or even physically harmed. So yes, they can work, but should be, yes, monitored. So I say, I don't think children should work with adults without monitoring. Yes, when, let's say, accidents can happen, they might be abused or even physically harmed. So this is the idea. This is a very strong position, and we use it only with opinion questions, opinion. I have to see it in your writing, inshallah. Tomorrow we will start writing. Tomorrow is a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then you will develop this, inshallah, next week. Then you have your mock tests. Then you go to your speaking test. Then you go back again for a mock test. So next week you are going to have maybe 2 or 3 mock tests, depends. But 2 tests are guaranteed. So you do one Tuesday, then you go to the speaking Wednesday, then you come back Wednesday, you have another one. So I think then Saturday, you are ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, this is my plan anyway. I might change it. Maybe you have 3 tests before the 4th one. It depends. Because I don't want to have too many mock tests without good feedback, without seeing why. Okay, yeah, good. Now, examples. Argument, position, opposite, counter means opposite argument. We finished number 1. 2, internet, a useful resource for children. So here the view is against. So you have to refute it. I don't see, I disagree with the idea. Anyone? Why? So much uncensored material. What's uncensored? What's the meaning of uncensored? For example, this room is censored by a camera. Uncensored means no supervision, no control. It's open so they can log in hell and no one can tell. Wow, this is poetry. صارت شعر. They can log in hell, no one can tell. Okay. Yes. So yes, use the same model. الآن احنا في مرحلة البراكتس. I want you to use the same here with here. I don't believe that the internet is or can be a useful resource for children, comma, when doesn't بعد فعل, when there is so much uncensored material, when there is so much violence. Okay, yes, بهذا الشكل. Running, good for you. I don't believe it. Running is for horses. Yes, guys, والله we are designed to walk. قصدي لازم واحد يلخبط يعني. You are designed to walk. Yeah. Running, falling, broken arms, broken bruises. تروح الحوش كأنك خابطتك قطار ولا خابطتك طانطة ولا. And what you are doing? I was running. Okay. شو نضاربك على يدك running anyway. So I'm just joking. When you smile, laugh, you will never forget it. Now, refuted. I don't think running is good for you when, okay, injuries, not there is. There are, بس هذه, there are so many physical injuries. Good. Gambling, القمار, gambling, any type of gambling. Yes, lottery, by chance, yes, who wins the million, من يربح any kind of, yes. No. I don't believe that gambling should be legal. When it causes, or when there is, no problem, it causes so much misery and poverty. What's misery? Miserable. أكثر من التعاسة أو أكثر من poverty. misery اللي هي التعاسة، البؤس بالضبط. لا مش بؤس على فكرة. it's لحظة. البائس، البؤس من القوة. البأس. yes البائس. ولهذا البائسون مش البؤساء في فيكتور هيغو ترجمتها وقعدت غلط. هي البؤساء معناها الأقوياء، هي بالعكس تماما تتكلم عن البائسون. yes فمن البؤس، من البائس، بأسة مش بؤس قوة. anyway poverty. what's poverty? not poor. حتى الحديدة ما فيش, nothing. So here poverty, extreme poverty, that means yeah. So I don't think gambling should be legal or should be legalized when it causes so much misery and poverty, or when there is so much misery and poverty, or it results in misery and poverty. Anyway, so this is, yeah, for example, some people think, we say gambling is making billions of dollars. Now, it's business, but I am against it. Okay, little bit why I'm doing this, guys, because this is a must, we say. They say this is a must in the opinion essay. No refuting, No, you can have opinion. I agree, I disagree, I like, I don't like. Yes, but you have to go to the opposite view and refute it. You have to. Again, we have some extra examples. Sorry for pressing or yes, pressing hard a little bit on you, but guys, this is the key for success. You have to take it with you to the exam, inshallah. Now, refute these views about, do you think building more homes in urban centers would be a good idea? Urban centers, when we talk about the city centers, do you think we should have more buildings? If you say no, yes, refute it. Or encouraging young people. Now I would give you 5 minutes, guys. I want you to try these 6 sentences. I want you to answer, let's say 3 or 4 of them. Take 3 of that. Yes, buying iPods for children. Refuted. Encouraging people to have credit cards. Okay. Putting money into space research. You know, spending $5–10 billion on into space research. Why it is not a good idea? Putting space research station on the moon. So these are some of, yeah, but encouraging young people to go to university, it's, I don't, should we refute this? Do you think we should refute it? These days, yes. Why, Muhammad? You disencourage. So what do you encourage them to do then? If they don't go to university, why? So I don't, yes, I don't believe that encouraging young people to go to would be a good idea. When what? They can start their own business, good, or they can have some, let's say, some, we say, experiences with their own business. Anyway, finish, take 3 or 4 of them, and I want to check it with you now. You have to do it by your hands. Use your pens or pencils. This is your exam. In 1 week time, inshallah, you will be writing this precisely in the real test, inshallah.
homes in urban centers. It might cause more traffic.
Okay, I don't believe more homes in urban centers would be a good idea when this causes traffic, or when more traffic, when this causes more air pollution. Okay, just finish the idea. Okay. Yes, thank you. Yes, guys. Yes, ladies, gentlemen, anyone? Again, I don't believe encouraging people to have credit cards. Yes. When they don't have an account or bank account or enough money. Yes. When they are still unmatured. Anyway, so just finish the idea. Very good. Yes, good, guys. Yes, this is good. Kisan, Sami, good. Yes, Ahmed. Yeah, guys. Okay, Ahmed, go ahead. Okay, when this money can be used in other investments. I don't believe putting money into space research when this money can be more useful in other places. Just try to make the idea not in your mind clear, but when I read it, it's clear. That's it. Good? Yes. Yes, I am not convinced buying iPods for children would be a good idea, would be beneficial when they could use it badly or in a wrong way. Yes, Mohammed?
I don't believe that the government should build more houses
Centers, yeah.
When it causes crowded.
Yes, so I don't believe governments should build more houses in urban centers when they, not when it's, when they could make more, we say, they could make the streets more crowded. Or that would increase global warming. Anyway, just develop the idea. Now, step two, look at this. Defining and explaining. If I say, do you think that it is a good idea for children to use computers as a leisure activity, or do you think children should use computers for gaming or playing games? Now look at the answer here. This is called a fully developed view, and the writer's position is clear as well. I would argue that many young people today see using a computer as a leisure activity. So what do you mean by this here? Again, هذه revision للفقرة السابقة. When you give a main idea, خلينا نعملها بهذا الشكل. Not common, that's the main idea. I would argue that many young people today see using a computer as a leisure. Leisure means for entertainment, games, yes. So this is the main idea. Entertainment, games, fun. No, I would. He said, this is his view, Muhammad. I'm showing you the development now. By this, I mean, this means, okay, so what do you mean by leisure activities? They seem to spend all their free time downloading internet material or looking up websites when they could be doing something more creative, such as taking exercise. So this is main idea, and this is development. So yes, they are using the, we say, the computer as a leisure time, but he prefers, this is when I mean by they seem to spend all their free time downloading internet material or looking up websites when they could be doing something more active, such as taking exercise. Okay. Good. Now, yes, how to express an idea, how to develop fully an idea. Yes, you can use by this I mean, in fact, that's to say, that not to say, in other words, to be more precise. These are extremely important, these phrases, okay? Why? Because they call them signposts, alamat dalla. They show the development of the sentence. Okay, let's have a short break now, quick one, because I want to do more practice to do with you guys. And this would be, let's say, the heart of task 2 writing. Yes, this is the core material. Without these, no task 2 writing. Okay, now have a break, quick one. Don't let me go out in the street to look for you. Okay, now we have 4 sentences about topic development. Topic development. Now, as I said, if you want to develop a point, okay. Is that, oh, sorry. Topic development. We have, in my opinion, number 1. Do you think, or which one you think is more successful, small family or big family? He says here, extended families. Extended means big families. Nuclear families means small families. Do you think which is more successful, extended or nuclear families? So, giving his what? This is his opinion. In my opinion, extended families are more successful. Now you have to explain it. Any ideas? So we say, by this I mean, you can say, in other words, to be more precise, in fact, this is how we develop. I believe extended families are more successful than nuclear families. Extended means big, nuclear means small. By this I mean, okay, by this I mean they can help each other by, for example, give me examples, Zaidan, to finish the idea. By, for example, give me an example. Come on, guys. Okay, that's the big family for, to do the school homework. Are you sure? Yeah, anyway, so yeah, so the elder brothers can help in the homework and the homework of younger brothers. Wow, you are absolutely right. Wow, anyway. Yes, anyway, that something happened. Wow, okay. In my memory, yes, when I was grade 1, yes, elder brothers helped. Okay, so, okay, wow, very, Another issue. So, extended families are more successful. This means, or in my view, or to be more precise, they can what? They can support each other when what?
Business.
When there is some business to do or when there are problems happen, so they can help each other. Guys, this is part of your daily life routines. Yes? Oh, anyway. Okay. Now, 2, it is often said that young people are more tolerant than older. What's the meaning of tolerant? Not talent, tolerant, متسامح, متفتح, متفهم than older people. Yeah, yes, maybe some old people are narrow-minded or they are stubborn. Anyway, what do you mean by more tolerant? So here you have to, yes, I mean, this means they what? This means what? Come on. Okay, if I were you, I would do my best here. You are looking at your exams, wallahi. This is what you are going to have in the exam. More or less, this one. Yeah, so this means when they, what? When they face, yes, we say strangers, or when they face people with other views or opposite views, they what? Yes, so they can, yes. So they get on. Yes, very good. So that's the verb. Thank you, Muhammad. So they can get on well with others. Okay, I am convinced that choice is important in the school curriculum. Do you think students should choose what they study? Do you think students or children should choose what they study?
Sometimes they don't have a good background.
Well, we don't need a background. It's a school. It's why you are in the school to study. Why do you go to a restaurant to eat? If you have a background of knowledge, what are you doing in a school anyway? It doesn't mean about, but can they choose a topic? So let's talk about traveling today. Let's talk about shopping today. Let's do, because now we have Hajj, for example. Let us talk about Hajj. What is Hajj? What are the pilgrims, or Hajis in English? They say Hajis now. Or let's talk about this. Okay, ritual, هذا الطقس, ritual. Okay, so the Hajj rituals, for example. So they can choose. So they choose and they learn at the same time. This is the teaching methodology in Finland, by the way. Now they don't study chapters, chapter 1, chapter, no, topics. So the topics selected by the children, then the teachers give the topics. At the end, we have achievement. So when they go home, they know they can talk about something. Anyway. Yes, so I'm convinced that choice is important in the school curriculum. This means students can choose what they like. By this, they will develop knowledge, they will succeed, they will be more successful? Just finish the idea. Good. Job commitment is not always the key to success. Job commitment, what's commitment? الالتزام. Okay, is not always the key to success. If you say yes, why? By this I mean, what other keys to success? If the job commitment is not, if it is not always commitment, what other things? Yes. Commitment, maybe if you have just maybe you have a tough manager and you have to every day to come and fingerprint. That's commitment. Okay, so you have high commitment, but no success. So what other issues you think? I think passion and development. This self-passion thing, that things you like to do, number one, and to think always how to develop my job. Now, so job commitment is not the key to success. And by this, I mean, there are other issues like passion and we say career or skills development. These are very essential in the work environment if a person wants to success in his job or to be successful in his job. To succeed, I said to success. To succeed or to be successful. Anyway, what you give the idea, how you support it. Yes, now we have an example. Again, this is example 3 or 4 or 5 about a fully developed idea. You have the main idea, the development of the idea, the example, and finally, the position of the writer. So here we have 4 elements actually, 4 elements. Idea, main idea. Let us write it in here. Main plus development plus example, finally plus final position. So here we say the 4 important elements. Yes, in developing ideas. Okay, so main idea, development. Okay, let me write it better. If you don't, yes. So let's make it like this. So number 1, main idea. 2, development of the main idea. Number 3, supporting examples. And finally, number 4, the writer's position or opinion. Okay, what is the question? The question is, do you think examinations, examinations can have a positive influence on students? Do you think exams can have a positive influence on students? Look at the fully developed view here. Okay, so what is he saying? I would argue that just read it. And can you see the four things, the main idea, the explanation, development of the idea, the supporting examples to the idea, and finally, number four, the writer's final view or position. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can do these, that means now you are ready for a fully developed idea. Okay. I want now, as you can see here, I'm putting the arrows in here. You can see the main idea. I would argue that examinations have a positive influence. So this is his main idea, positive influence on learning. Main idea. What do you mean by this? So, or what does that mean to you? This means, or by this I mean that they lead to a better understanding of the subject. Example, this is essential in areas such as medicine. Now, I want you guys to tell me what happened in while here. Just a minute. What happened in here, then the overall here. What's the sentence here? While I admit that they can create a lot of pressure for the students and can cause stress, I'm convinced that these problems can be largely avoided if the approach to examinations is handled well by teachers and students. What is he doing? I know how. What is the technique he is using? Which is what? Concessional statement to show position. So this is a concessional statement to, we say, show position. How concessional? I admit, I agree that they can create a lot of pressure. Yes, they create a lot of pressure for students and can cause stress. I am convinced that these problems can be largely avoided if the approach to exams is handled well by teachers and students. Okay, yeah, they cause pressure, but they are good. They cause pain, but they are beneficial. We need them. Here is showing your position in a very nice way. Finally, he finishes with overall. What is this? Summary. So overall here, this is called students are motivated by exams, and this motivation can only benefit them. So why benefit them? Because he said to give a better understanding. He then had a summary. This is the summary. What is the summary? Students are motivated by exams, and this motivation can only benefit them who are better understanding of the subject. They need these. Now, all these scratches and the Picasso painting, is that clear to you? You have to imagine the stages now. In the exam, you have to put in mind these minimum three. For the we say the summary sentence, we keep it to summary, but in general, main idea, development, supporting examples are clear to you. That's because the summary, inshallah, will keep it to the end. But anyway, this is, yes. Now we have a practical practice. Any questions before we move? No questions. Good. Now I have a practice with you. Now we open, we say your chart. So in the exam you have the question paper. حتجيكم the writing paper, one side, one paper, two sides, one for task 1, one for task 2. Task 2, you will find a question بهذا الشكل, and the rest of the page راح يكون عبارة عن blank, فاضي. So you can what? You can make a draft. Now look at the question. What is the topic? What is the task? What is your position? Opinion. So the strategy is like that. First, the essay. What kind of an essay is this? Is it opinion, argument, or problem solution? واحد منهم لازم تحدد. Then you put your strategy, your plan. What is your position? What is your first main idea, second main idea? Then you finish the article. Now, disruptive school students. Disruptive means not only noisy, they make noise, they make fights, they make problems. Okay, school students have a negative influence on others. Okay, students who are noisy and disobedient should be grouped together and taught separately. Select them. Okay, like مدرسة المشاغبين. Okay, the school of naughty, we say. You just select them, put them in one class, and teach them separately. Agree or disagree. Okay, let's go back sometime 10, 20 years ago, where we say, I don't say disruptive, we change the question politely, we say, were you a rebel? Sorry, not were you, just a minute. Were you a rebel? Rebel means you say no for everything. Okay, I hate this, I hate that, I'm against this, I'm against that, I hate that teacher, I don't like that teacher, I hate her, I hate him. A rebel, nothing, you like nothing. Even you look at yourself on the mirror and you say, I don't like you. Anyway, were you a rebel, or you just like that quiet, calm, friendly student? Okay, all of you were super duper students anyway, so no rebels in the room. Okay, anyway, just a question. Yes, disruptive school students have a negative influence on others. Students who are noisy and disobedient should be grouped together and taught separately. Agree or disagree? If you say I agree, you have to say why you agree. Disagree, you have to explain why you disagree. So first, is it an opinion? Is it an argument, or is it a problem solution? Opinion. Because he said, do you agree here or disagree? You cannot say I agree and disagree. Okay, so either you are with or against. Agree or disagree. It's an exam. So this is the task. The task is an opinion essay. Now, in the opinion essay, you decided, بعد ما قررنا opinion essay, what is your opinion? position. Do you agree or disagree? And you are going to do this in 2 minutes in the exam. Read the question, decide. Opinion essay, okay. Balanced argument essay, okay. Problem solution question essay, yes. Okay. Inshallah, tomorrow have the problem solution, inshallah. Now, agree or disagree opinion. If I say I agree, you have to give me here what? Let's say like this here. If you agree, you have to give me, let me just change this one, this is too big here. So if I say I agree and disagree, now you have to give me main ideas. Why? Main idea. Now look at the technique here. What is your position? It's opinion essay. So opinion, you have to show your position from the introduction. You paraphrase the question, we paraphrase now. In many schools around the world, there are always some students who are troublemakers. Some people suggest, or it is suggested, that these troublemakers should be grouped together and taught alone or in a separate, let's say, classes. What is your opinion? You have to say it. I agree with this. I disagree with this. So what is your position, opinion? Okay, disagree. Okay, why? We change now the color. We say, why? You disagree. What would happen if we separate them? Yes. So hard to control them. What do you mean? Now you have to develop the idea, as we said. By this I mean, for example, and your position. So hard to control. By this I mean, if every class has 1 or 2 troublemakers, and you have, let's say, 20 classes, and you select 2, 2, 2, 2, and you have 40 of them, 30 of them in one room. Yes. What would happen? Come on, use, okay, develop it, hard to control. So this means if they are to be selected, or if teachers select them, these troublemakers, and put them in one place, this would make the issue what? More difficult. They would maybe work together, yes, and then they would make things even worse. For example, you have 2 experts in every class, then you have 40 after you collect them. What would happen here? So they can share their ideas, they can develop more, let's say, problems, or yes, so in this way it would be impossible to teach them. I think this is not, or this wouldn't be a good idea. Anyway, that's the idea. Okay. Okay, also, it would be very difficult to find what? Suitable teachers to face them. And many teachers would find it impossible to control them here. And for example, they might even hit the teacher or do some bad things in the room, anyway, in the classroom. So here we have 2 ideas. After I finish my position, we say, on the other hand, in contrast, because it's opinion. طبعا هذا الكلام راح يعاد عدة ممكن 20-30 times in the coming days. After I finish my opinion, I move to the opposite opinion, then I refute it because it's opinion. I agree. So I move to the opposite, then I refute it. So while, on the other hand, in contrast, while some think this would be a good solution to the problems of the school, I don't believe this would be a solution. Use the refuting technique. I find it hard to accept this would be a good solution when the problem would be worse. The problem would develop to be worse. The situation will be more complicated. So here, what's the technique here? Two ideas to support my view. Then we say, in contrast, because it's opinion, you have to move to the opposite view. Opposite. Okay, I want to write it here to make it clear, written. Yes, so we say, after finishing your opinion or supporting your view, comma, yes, move to the opposite view, then refute it. So here, on the other hand, some people agree with this, would say it would be a good idea to separate them. I completely disagree with this when this would make them even worse. I'm going to put it well anyway on the group, so you will have the whole thing. Okay, anyway, so you can watch it again, no problem. And I'm going to make it clearer next time because this is the beginning of, we say, having a draft today. Today is Monday. So Monday we start, then we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then next week, inshallah. So this will be repeated maybe, I don't know, 30, 40 times, maybe. Okay. Yes. Now, any questions? Any questions? Okay, no questions. Because we are talking, yeah? Yes, because we are talking about the topic development. Okay. Okay. Because we are talking about the topic development, I'm going now to have a real practice about how to link your ideas. How to link. This is real thing. How to link your ideas. Okay, I want you now to look at this answer here. What is the page? 156. If I ask a question, why do you think, let me change the color, why cars should be banned from city centers? Why cars should be banned from city centers? I want you to read this one here and give me your opinion about it. What do you think? This answer, is it good? Are the ideas developed clearly? Is the writer's position clear with development? Are the ideas linked together? So anyway, Do we have a clear development here? Yes, read it, please. Why? Because we have traffic jams. So some people suggest that cars should be banned from city centers. Banned means to ban cars, to stop, to prevent cars from getting into city centers. Yes. Yes. Okay. What is this? Okay, position. I don't think cars should be banned from city centers. Okay. So this is his view. Okay, good. Now let's see the development. Because we need to travel by car. Anyway. Otherwise, how can we get around? So he said, I need my car. How can I get around? Why you are repeating? Yes. Then, but suddenly, public transport is not good in my city, so I need my car. Then he moves to other point. In some cities, example London, you must pay to enter the city center by car. People with money can pay this anywhere. There aren't enough car parks. So people must park their cars on the streets, and this causes traffic jam. Now the question is he answering the task? Why should we ban, or why should cars be banned? He said, I need my car, transport is not good. If you have the money, you can park. So this is, yes, we say, this is called off task. And this is a dangerous area. Okay, for task response, في الامتحان, task response here, this guy takes band 2. Coherence, cohesion is band 2 as well. Look, because he's moving around the idea, but not a person who knows to talk about something. Unclear. What does it mean? People with money can pay it anywhere. I need a car park. So there are aren't enough car parks. So people, but what is parking doing with banning cars? Irrelevant. The grammar is okay. He's maybe band 4 or 5. So in general, this guy, maybe he will get in the total 3.5. Okay, now we have another example about banning cars from city centers. Okay, here we have a paragraph. Okay, I want you to read. We have this answer. And as you can see, it has two paragraphs. I want you to read them and tell me your opinion about them. First, this is paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Give me your opinion after you finish, of course. Okay. This is a problem solution essay. Now, in the introduction, we say introduces the problem plus its implications. Produces the problem, we say fully. That's very important, the word fully. Okay, what is he saying? Why should we ban cars from city centers? So this is a problem solution. We ban cars to reduce traffic. So we have a traffic jam problem. Now look how he isn't, by the way, inshallah, tomorrow or after tomorrow, when we reach the problem solution essay, this is the strategy. Very easy strategy. First, you have to introduce, I want to change this I in here. We say to introduce the, not to introduces, just a minute, to introduce the problem fully, to introduce fully and its implications. So he's talking about the problem first. He says, most world cities were designed long before the motor car. So naturally, they weren't meant to handle the large volumes of traffic so common today. Example, for instance, the streets in the center of Tokyo, where I come from, are narrow and the traffic moves very slowly, particularly at rush hour. Further support more examples. Cities such as Jakarta and Bangkok are famous for the traffic jams. And in fact, a 10-kilometer journey can take up to 2 hours. So here, what is the problem? The cities were designed before cars. Okay, and what is the implication? تداعيات هذه مشكلة. The traffic moves very slowly. Okay, بهذا الشكل. We can say children don't do much exercise. They spend most of their classes sitting in their classrooms. Implication, as a result, they become fatter. They become obese. So here we give the problem and what happens because of the problem. This is very important. Paragraph 2 now, the solution. Explanation of the solution and the position, like the main idea, development of the main idea, then you finish with your opinion. Now, understandably, I'm going to change the color. Yes. Governments look for ways to reduce traffic jam, and one way is to ban cars from entering city centers altogether, or alternatively, to charge them a steep fee. Here, yes, how? To stop, to ban, or to pay, and you get into the city. Example, supporting example. A good example of this is the congestion charge in London. Congestion charge, أي تعرفة الزحام في لندن، تعرف أو ضريبة أو تسميها في لندن, okay, which has successfully reduced the number of vehicles entering the city between 7 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. on weekdays. Indeed, it has been so successful that the Mayor of London is planning to extend the zone to encourage people to use public transport. So, giving the idea about London, why it is successful, and he said, indeed, for further development. Finally, his position, in my experience, I think this is a sensible way to tackle the problem of traffic congestion, and one which other world cities could easily copy. So you can see here the development of the ideas in a very nice way, very simple, not like the other one. I don't have a car, I don't have car parks. People with money can pay anyway. We don't have enough car parks, so he's jumbling. Here, no. Why it is a problem? Because the cities were designed long before the cars. What is the consequence of this? What are the results of this? The traffic moves slowly. Example, Tokyo, Tripoli, Cairo, any example, okay? Then the solution. One issue is to ban cars or to make them pay money to get into it. Example, London, congestion charge, and then development. It was successful. The mayor معناه محافظ أو حاكم المدينة. Yes, things to extend it for, we say, the zone of this. Then my position, his position, in my opinion, in my experience, this is a sensible way to solve the problem, to tackle the problem of traffic congestion, and one which other world cities would easily copy. Anyway, just I want to say something about tomorrow, inshallah. I'm going to finish the technical points, how to make these ideas even clearer by using linking, by using referencing الاستعارة اللي قلنا reference words, how to make your idea more powerful by linkage, referencing, and we have complex structure, means how to build relative clauses. So tomorrow, grammar will be part of the class as well. Okay, anyway, then, inshallah, we are ready to move to the advanced level, which should be your level, inshallah. Anyway, thank you for being with me. And see you all, inshallah, well and in good health. Ma'as salama.